to Craft Time with Matthew Mayar. Really glad to have you here today and excited to make these little puppy dog crafts with you. So I'm going to kind of show you how to make these, kind of give you a rough idea on these, and I want you to be as creative as you want. Whatever colors, whatever shapes, whatever emotions you want your little puppy dog to have. However you want to customize and make your own dog your own, I want you to do that. I only have 3 rules of crafting. Kindness is required, creativity is inspired, and perfection is unnecessary. Alright, let's get going on our dogs. For today's project, we'll need scissors, glue, some construction paper, markers, and plenty of imagination. First step, we're going to want to pick out the paper color for our main body here. So I've got blue on this one. Today I'm going to make a purple dog. So I'm going to take this paper, I got my short sides this way, my long sides this way, and like we've done on a lot of the projects, I'm going to roll it into a tube. That's going to be his main body. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue here, run it along the short side here, and I'm going to roll this into a tube like so. I like to put my hands inside there and kind of press it in. So I'm pushing these 2 sides together here. Alright, so I got my sides, my 2 short sides glued together there to make this tube. Next, I'm going to cut our little pupper some ears here. So, I think I'm going to do black ears this time for my purple dog. So I got a scrap of paper here, and I'm going to fold it in half so that I can cut 1 ear shape and end up with 2. So I got my paper folded in half here. And I'm just going to cut kind of a dog ear shape here. You can make yours as long or short, just depending on what kind of dog you want to have. There you go. So now I got my dog's ears here. And I'm going to glue these inside, like so. Take a little bit of glue. I'm going to glue this right inside my tube, like so. I'm going to kind of leave this at the back, kind of the center of the back where the glue seam is. Okay, so I got my 1 ear glued on there. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. A nice little thin layer glued on here. Okay. So there's our ears. Now, if we wanted to, we could leave him up like that. He kind of looks like he's scared. Maybe we're making Courage the Cowardly Dog. But I'm gonna roll my ears down. So I'm just kind of taking these. I'm kind of gently, just kind of not putting a crease in it, but just kind of gently bending it and kind of rolling it into my fingers. That'll give us a nice little bend for our dog ears. Do the same thing on this side. Alright, so there we got our ears. Now I'm going to start on my little dog's muzzle and nose area here. This time I'm going to use pink for that. Piece of pink paper here. Now I'm going to cut the shape for this main mouthpiece here, the little muzzle. And for that, I'm going to cut a shape kind of like a little half circle here. Kind of got a half circle shape there. I'm going to kind of round it out on the ends. Like so. Might shorten that up just a little bit. Okay, so now I got a shape kind of like that. That'll be my dog's muzzle. We'll go on there. So next thing I'm going to do is put a little nose on here. Got some black paper here, so I think I'll make a black nose. And for that, I'm just going to kind of cut, you can cut a circle, whatever shape you want your dog's nose to be. Whatever breed or type of dog you're making. For my dogs, I kind of like to cut like a kind of guitar pick shape for a nose. We'll cut that there. Alright, so I kind of got this kind of shape, and that's going to be my dog's nose. So I'm going to glue that right into the center there. Put a little bit of glue on there. I'm going to glue that guy right on there. Now next, you can draw your dog's mouth, and you can make it smiling if you want to. Let's see. Your dog can have whatever kind of mouth you want. That's actually, let's use this one, okay. So I have a marker here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of draw big cheeks on my dogs, like those kind of dogs that have big cheeks, that they kind of hang down, big jowls. Like so, and draw a little mouth in between it like that. That'll be my dog's mouth. Now if you want, before we glue it on there, if you want to do a little tongue, you can do that. I'm going to put a tongue on this dog. I used pink last time, I'm going to use red this time because it'll show it better on the pink paper. I'm just going to cut a little tongue shape. It's kind of the same shape as the ears, just a little smaller. Okay, so cut it in there, that'll be perfect. Okay. I'm going to draw just a little line down the tongue here. Put a little bit of glue on the back of the tongue here. We'll stick that right on there, like so, right under where the mouth is. So it looks like his tongue's hanging out. Okay, now I'm going to glue this on just about in the middle here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it on so that a little bit of it kind of lifts off. Just kind of give it some dimensions. So I'll put a little bit of glue on this cheek, and a little bit of glue on this side on these two corners. And I'm going to put this on there, just about in the middle. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit so there's a little bit of gap in there. So press it on this side. I'll press it on this side. Might be a little tricky. I'll get a glue to stay. If you can pop it out just a little bit, gives you just a little bit of dimension in there, which is kind of nice. There we go. So it's kind of sticking out. You can kind of see it. It's just sticking out just a little bit. Next, our dog will need some eyes. So I've got some little eyes here. Use some white paper I got here. I got a scrap here. I always reuse my scraps. Save my scraps so I can make more projects. So I'm gonna fold it here so I can cut out the shape once and have two of them. So you can cut out some little circle shapes, whatever shape you'd like for your dog's eyes. I'm just going to do kind of a little circle here, I think. Let's see what we think of these. Yeah, I think that's about right. Alright. I'll grab one of my markers here. We'll draw some little pupils on there. These ones are kind of looking off to the side here. Color that in. Color that one in. Okay, now we got the little eyes for our doggo. Our little puppers. I'll put those on there. Just gonna put a little bit of glue on the back, like so. Alright, I'm gonna put these eyes right here above the nose. There's one. I'll leave the other one on there. Don't turn it a little bit more. Alright, so there we go. I got my eyes glued on there. Like so. Next thing we'll do is we'll make a little collar for our dog. I got some red paper here. I think I'll make a red collar. And I'm just going to cut a thin strip down the longest side of the paper here. Just like so. Alright. and that'll be our dog's collar. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to take it to the back here. Put a little bit of glue here. Glue it right there on the back. And we'll swing it around. Like so, make sure it's around his neck there. Oop, got a little low, I'm going to move this up just a bit. Okay, so there we go, that looks better. Okay, so cut the extra off there, got just a little bit extra. Snip. Alright, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this end here. Oops. A little bit of glue right here. I'm going to glue that back around there, and our dog's got his little collar on there. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Gotta press that on there for just a little bit longer. Got a little too excited there. Alright. So there's our dog's collar. Next thing I like to do is like to put a little belly on him. So I'm going to go back to this pink here. Got my pink paper. And I'm going to cut just a little arch shape. About like so. Straighten that up just a little bit. I always like to cut it a little bigger than I need it because I can kind of trim her down. Alright, and this will go right there below his face. And kind of bend that so it goes on there. Put a little bit of glue on here. Alright. We're almost there. All we got left is to do our arms and legs. I'll go back to my purple. Another sheet of purple here. I'm going to do our little fold in half trick. First thing I'm going to do is cut feet out. So the feet, kind of the same shape as the tongue and the ears. Kind of a little round shape like that. Let's take my marker here. I like to draw some little toesies on our dog. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. Alright. I'm going to fold these up on the end, like so. Give us some little glue tabs here. I'll take our puppy and I'm going to glue these right inside, right here below the belly. So, put a little glue on there. Press this guy on there. Do the same thing on this side, put a little bit of glue on here. Glue that one inside this one. Right there at the fold. Alright. Those will be our little feet. Our little puppy. Looking good, looking good. Okay, hold those on there just a little bit longer. Alright, now we'll work on our little puppy arms. I kind of like to do them up like this, like he's begging. So I'm going to take my purple paper again. This time I'll cut the same kind of shape, but just a little bit longer than I did for the feet. Just kind of this kind of shape. I'll draw the little paw toes on there. We can do that again. Okay, now this time I'm going to fold them up here, and I'll fold them up here. Alright, now I'm going to take these little arms, put a little bit of glue here on the back side, like so. I'm going to glue it right here below his collar and above his belly. Hold that on there for a second. And we'll do the same thing with the other side. Let's get that one glued on there for good. We got our little begging paws in. Kind of round that out a bit if you want them to stick out a little bit more. There we go. Okay. I got one of them on there. I'll put it on the back side again here. Just a little bit on the very end. I'll pop this on there right between the collar and the belly. Here again, I'm going to give this a little bit of a curve. congrats, you made your puppy. Thanks again for hanging out with me. It's always a pleasure to have you here, and always great to share craft time with you. If you do enjoy the videos, and I hope you do, if you could comment and like and subscribe, that helps these videos reach more people, and that would be greatly appreciated. And be sure to join us next week when we'll be making these little ducks. You can actually quack, 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 quack. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.